You know what time it is? We're covering our boy, the classic Geeks and Gamers. I always love covering this guy because, for one, he's just not very smart. His commentary isn't very insightful. He comes off as very triggered and angry about the existence of minorities in insert piece of media he's talking about. And there's not really much I have to say or do to debunk whatever semblance of a point he's capable of making. It really is just a fun time for all when we watch a Geeks and Gamers video, which is why all of you are here and so excited, and why so many of you kept on sending me this particular video from him. So I decided you guys have been well behaved recently. Perhaps you guys have earned a little treat in the form of Star Wars Twitter account bullies fan with different opinion. Bullies in all caps, to be clear. Oh, God. So to be clear, this is the Star Wars Twitter account. The official Star Wars Twitter account is apparently bullying fans for having different opinions. Different opinion? Interesting. I wonder what that could mean.
Once again, Lucasfilm proved me and so...
Oh, damn, you don't even have to see the guy. Wait, look at that. The chat's covering up his camera, so you don't even have to see him. Do I keep the chat where it is, or do I move it? What do you guys think? 1, to keep chat how it is, 2, to move it. Wow, none of you want me to move it. Holy crap. Hawk Arthur wants me to move it, and that's it. Yeah, it's an overwhelming one sweep. That's what we call a one sweep in the electoral counting votes industry.
So many others right that they are nothing more than a political propaganda company, and whoever they have running their social...
Say what you want about, like, Geeks and Gamers. Like, at least he genuinely comes off as dumb enough to not seem as full of malice as someone like Lauren Chen. Yesterday we covered Lauren Chen, and she was complaining about Disney and large corporations incorporating woke, quote-unquote, elements in their media. But, like, it was very clearly coming from a place of, like she was literally JQing in the video. Here, this guy just feels like he's so dumb that he's bought into some gamer bro narrative and fully believes it. It's like how the Quartering proudly wears the Meme War veteran, 2016 Meme War veteran baseball cap in his videos with no self-awareness whatsoever. Do you guys not know about that? You guys don't know that the Quartering wears a baseball cap that says Meme War Veteran 2016. God, they want to go back so bad.
Social media account recently has gone full left-wing nonsense, and they have shown how unprofessional Lucasfilm really is. What a complete and total disaster they are. But again, it's not surprising to anyone that has been paying the slightest bit of attention to how Lucasfilm operates. Now, I don't really have a problem if people get called out here or there. I don't have a problem. If you say something and you end up getting ratioed or destroyed, that's part of the internet, and I really don't have a problem with that.
Here comes the but. Remember, guys, these videos rely on the idea that the opponents that they are criticizing are triggered and upset and angry, and that they are calm and cool and collected, and they don't really care. But they're talking about it because they're kind of like spectators watching from a lawn chair while eating popcorn, slyly laughing, disaffectedly. They're not really that connected to all of it. But when you look through the fact that they clearly really are upset that there are minorities in their little nerd hobbies and their little nerd interests, it becomes very clear where their minds are at.
In isolation. I have a problem when a company like Lucasfilm tries to act like they are holier than thou, and how they're
just trying to make money, my man. Listen, we said it yesterday. These companies incorporating quote-unquote woke elements into their media is not the solution to the problem. If you're one of the people who thinks these companies incorporating this stuff is a solution to the problem, I think it plays a Partially it is. I think it plays like a helping factor, but I mostly think it's a symptom of the solution. If you look at it, it's more of a symptom of the fact that our society is getting more and more accepting of these marginalized groups. And while there are still both systemic and societal barriers and structures that oppress these groups, our society is getting more woke in the more, in a less derogatory way about these issues, more aware of them, and that knowledge of these issues is guiding their political decisions and their political decision making or whatever. So it is the prerogative of somebody like Geeks and Gamers to argue that the inclusion of marginalized groups in this media, which absolutely does have two very positive effects. One, it does demonstrate the fact that, it is not profitable to be a bigot in our society anymore, at least not broadly, not generally. And two, it provides not only potential viewers or consumers of that art who are part of those marginalized groups, the relatable characters that they can connect with, that look like them, that feel like them, that have experiences like them, but it also makes people who are not like them have characters that are different from them that they can get to know and understand, that'll help break down any potential preconceived biases or reservations one might have about other groups based out of ignorance or lack of exposure. And these two things in combination are why conservatives and grifters like Geeks and Gamers are so upset about something like, I remember for, what was the last Star Wars sequel movie? I forget what it was called, but I remember the Geeks and Gamers guy here did a video on a teaser poster or a teaser image that had been released of that movie, where it was the characters standing with this black lady character from the movie, whose name I can't remember because I saw that movie once when it came out and never again. And she had like a giant goat. She was pretty cool, and she had like the sort of like explorer survivor kind of gear on. And I'll admit that like her general aesthetic of what she was wearing was a little bit new for Star Wars, I guess, newish for Star Wars. But then this guy went on this insane fucking rant about how this is not Star Wars. Look at this image. This is not Star Wars. And it's because, if I recall correctly, it was an image of 3 characters from the movie, and 2 of those characters are black and one of them was like white, or maybe even not. Maybe that one other character wasn't even white. So that was very clearly where their frustration was coming from. Hello, I'm late as per usual. Welcome, Evie Gretel. How you doing? Oh, Tungsten Wastrel. I don't remember anything about the movie all that much. It was very unmemorable for me, if I'm being honest. But what I do remember is the drama that happened around that. And let's be clear here. When conservatives complain when conservatives need an excuse to complain about a marginalized group being included in media, they will always jump to the "it isn't realistic" excuse. Every time. They will argue it isn't realistic for black people to exist in Star Wars. I'm sorry, will that break your immersion? Will gay people or trans people in Star Wars break your immersion? I've legitimately heard that argument, that including these groups in Star Wars or in, like, I don't know, any other group, any other piece of media, fictional media, would be unrealistic. Unrealistic and immersion breaking.
Stand against bigotry and intolerance and racism and all of these other things, but yet they respond to a fan that doesn't line up with their political ideology.
Imagine watching a sci-fi fantasy movie set in another galaxy full of aliens and being surprised to see a black person. Yes, of course, because as we all know, black people are aliens from another galaxy, as you said. His fucking cuck voice. He does have a cuck voice.
And then because of that response, it then triggers an enormous reaction from the left-wing followers, absolutely trashing.
How much do you want to bet there's some like white supremacist cult out there that believes that black people are like aliens or something? Like alien invaders. There's got to be some crazy motherfuckers out there who believe that, right? Spirit science? Maybe. Falun Gong? I've never heard of that, Zepsalis. Space Hebrews? That's a spirit science thing. Mormons? Mormons are pretty racist. Didn't they only allow Mormons into their church like in the 90s or something? And their church only existed for like 20 years before that, so... They've only allowed black people in their church for like half the time it's existed. I think black people are the Nephilim. Oh. Well, there you go. That's close enough. That's kind of like aliens.
This individual, and the Star Wars account, the same Star Wars account that says we resist against X, Y, or Z, or the latest thing that's popular.
You claim to be against harassment and intolerance, and yet you criticize people when they engage in harassment and intolerance. Curious. It really is the idea that one thing that I find very funny is that the right has very dishonestly ascribed the label of the left as being the people who think everyone needs to be nice. So when somebody who's on the left isn't nice, then that is somehow hypocritical of a lefty. Because apparently what we lefties fight for is for everyone to just be nice to each other, and that is it.
They have no problem with their very own fan base saying the worst things imaginable to the person that they responded to. You know it's bad. You know it's bad when I have a higher standard of how the Geeks and Gamers Twitter account runs than the Lucas.
All right. Get off the high horse. Stop stroking yourself off.
Film company does for their Star Wars account, because I have a rule on the actual Geeks and Gamers account that we don't actually respond to people. We are there to transfer the information of the individuals at Geeks and Gamers. So if I make a video, if Ryan, or if someone on the website writes an article, or if there's something to share, but the Geeks and Gamers account itself, the brand account, has no opinion. It doesn't have a stance. It does.
That is the most pathetic attempt to get out of criticism for your broader brand account I've ever seen. That's that's the Keemstar loophole, by the way. For those of you guys that don't know, Keemstar has broken YouTube TOS numerous times. I mean, he's gone on record screaming the N-word. He's gone on homophobic rants, and I mean, he's even gone on Twitter and pushed the idea that the election was stolen and that Biden didn't actually win the election. The guy's broken TOS on several sites several times, and yet he uses the idea that his Drama Alert channel is sort of like a brand, and that he is simply an employee in that brand, and YouTube just doesn't really feel the need to go out of their way to act on him, and so they don't do anything. That's one of the big reasons why it took so long to cover the Quantum TV Ackman drama, because everybody was like riding Ackman's dick and wanted Quantum TV to get banned, but a lot of those same people defend Keemstar and would get really pissed off if I or any, especially any left-wing person, called for like Keemstar to be properly banned, as he's broken TOS and done all sorts of horrible shit. Not that I'd want Keemstar banned, honestly. At this point, I think that his presence online is more of a gift than anything. Did anyone hear about YouTube removing the January 6th hearing videos because they featured Trump lying about the election? That's really funny. Oh, God. YouTube, get your shit together, please. Oh, good lord.
Doesn't think movies are bad or good. It doesn't think that this thing is good or bad. It's simply there to give you information from the individuals at Geeks and Gamers, share articles, share video. They on Star Wars them than them.
Okay, can we actually see the tweets now?
Lucasfilm Star Wars account says there's more of us than them. So you say Star Wars is for everyone, but then you make a statement that says there are more of us than them.
What were they responding to? I can see This one, I know that this tweet right here says, "Don't make Star Wars political," and this reply is, one, queer characters existing isn't political, and two, Star Wars is literally in our name. So these are like the most tame dunks ever. Wait, this is it? Wait, it's just these two tweets. The where there are more of us is just a reference to people who are like not bigots. They're literally just mad that Star Wars and their brand won't cater to bigots. That's all it is. They're so fucking mad. Dude, how many L's have these people taken? I think it was either The Quartering or Geeks and Gamers got personally called out by the actor who plays the Mandalorian. Like, oh god, I know that Zack Snyder called out The Quartering or something right after the Snyder Cut dropped, and Zack Snyder had like the most positive talk about him happening online at that time. Yeah, Pedro Pascal. God, these guys get absolutely fucking asshole torn. Just their assholes are getting resized by all of their biggest heroes as of a couple years ago, and all they can do is cope in their YouTube videos about it. Just they're getting their O-rings resized.
What does that mean? Can you please give us some details? And if you look at these responses...
Yeah. Oh, and the voice actor for Snake, David Hayter, called out The Quartering on Twitter a couple weeks ago. And I wanted to comment, dude, you could destroy this man's career by just recording a voice clip. Like, here's the thing. If you're a famous voice actor to that degree, it gets to the point where anyone you don't like, you can just shit talk them in the famous voice on Twitter and quote tweet it, and they're done. Can you imagine if he quote tweeted The Quartering and said, "This guy pisses in his basement. What a fucking loser. Get a life." Just something like that. I don't know. In the voice, The Quartering screw would be over. How do you resist that level of power? How do you have a nuke like that, a social media nuke like that at your disposal, and resist the urge to click the button? Because you got to remember, it's like, hold on, James Earl Jones, all right? Can you imagine if James Earl Jones found someone on Twitter that he didn't like? He could just do the Darth Vader voice and call someone a bitch-ass little pussy, and he wins the fight. Everyone's scared of Darth Vader. Like, there you go. Who else? What other famous voices would just absolutely argument over? If you're a voice actor and you're famous enough, you're on social media, you can just shit talk someone in a voice and you win. Who else? Morgan Freeman, yeah. Morgan Freeman just talking in general, that's true. Troy Baker, yeah. Troy Baker's done so many voices, that would be a good one. Hugo Weaving, maybe. Yeah, Hugo Weaving is Obi-Wan. Oh yeah, and Hugo Weaving has been no, not Hugo Weaving, that's not Obi-Wan. What's his name? Not Hugo Weaving, someone else. I'm thinking of someone else. Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan. Ewan McGregor's been based. Bring it back around out of the Stunlock back to this. Ewan McGregor's been based as fuck following the release of his show Obi-Wan. I've only watched a couple episodes of it, but he's talked about like the fandom menace type people, and he's dunked on them a bit. Oh yeah, Ian McKellen's pretty based as well. If Ian McKellen did like the Gandalf voice or went full Magneto on Twitter, he would win an argument pretty easily.
Responses. These are terrible responses. Now, again, does it hurt my feelings that people are being mean on the internet? No. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with how Lucasfilm acts like they are holier than thou, and they are...
Literally what they're doing is they are trying to set a precedent in which taking the time to argue against bigots is seen as a morally... as like a grandstandy, high horse, judgmental, negative trait. Content creators like this deliberately go out of their way to frame anybody who would go out of their way, or who would make an effort to call out bigotry when they see it, they want to make those people seem unreasonable and crazy. They want to disincentivize that and make that seem as though it is something you ought not do. Whether it be because you're overreacting and there's no such thing as real bigots, or because these people are allowed to have their opinions and no one should be allowed to respond to them because they should be allowed to be bigoted, unchecked with no... They're allowed to have free speech, but nobody else is allowed to have free speech. Those are the rules.
Are better than everyone else and that they don't stand for bullying. We don't stand for these things, yet you are actively creating...
Hey, there it is. We don't stand for bullying. The left just wants people to be nice. That's all we care about. I don't fucking miss. They literally just want people to... They will literally try to brainwash their audience into thinking the left just wants people to be nice to each other. So when somebody on the left is mean to a Nazi or something, that means that person on the left is now being a hypocrite. The gay voice? Oh, listen. Of course he's a homophobe. Obviously he's doing like a little fake lispy gay voice. Of course.
This environment. In fact, one of the people that she's been on Park Hoppin' a few times, and she's been a follower of Geeks and Gamers for a long time, Jane Theory had to deal with someone saying this right here to her, because this is the Lucasfilm fan base right here. Look at what...
Jane, you hate your own race, blank to alt-right, white supremacists, and white and woman haters who are friends with literal Nazis just so you can grift likes and subs. Hashtag love Obi-Wan, hashtag hate the Phantom Menace. Yeah, I don't support this. Cringe.
What this person says to her. Now, this is a pro Obi-Wan Kenobi fan.
But remember, by the way, Al Brown, 972620991. All right, very well-known public figure. No doubt this tweet got a lot of likes, a lot of support, a lot of retweets. We can't see it, unfortunately. I'm sure he had very good reasons for cutting that little detail off. And I'm sure that this represents a large part of everybody who likes anything woke that Disney does.
Saying this to a black woman, that's the type of mentality that Lucasfilm is creating with their...
The left are the real racists, guys. Don't you know? It's not us that are complaining about brown people existing in Star Wars. It's the lefties that are making fun of the people complaining about the brown people existing in Star Wars. They're the real racists. Bro, I was watching the new episode of The Boys recently, and there's a character in it they introduced named Blue Hawk, and I was taking a hit. I was taking a hit from my vape when this scene was happening, and there's a scene where Blue Hawk says actually calling someone racist is racist, and I choked on my vape. I choked on my vape smoke while taking a hit there because I was laughing so hard. They did a perfect job of representing this type of dude with that Blue Hawk character. It was fucking great.
Their fan base, and they stand by it. They support it. They think this is okay. But if you go back to what Data Racer has pulled up, you'll see some of these responses, and they're just unbelievable. And again, all this started with was someone says, don't make Star Wars political when they are...
Okay, let's look at all these horrible comments. Stop being this fucking dumb. Something here that we can't see. Have you ever seen the movies, the shows, ever read the comics, the books? It's all political, bitch. Lamau, you dumb fuck. Shut the fuck up. It's always been dipshit. Star Wars has always been political dipshit. Imagine being this fucking dense. Suck on my gay nuts. Jesus Christ, you're an idiot. Don't make me tell you to go fuck yourself. Fuck him up, Star Wars. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this right now. If some right-wing... Okay. This is all tame as fuck, by the way. None of this here is bad. The comment that was, specifically like being sexist and I would argue a bit racist, if I'm being honest, like the previous one, that one's pretty bad. That's why he showed that one fully on screen. He doesn't expect you to read all of these ones. These are fine. This is just internet shit talking. Standard internet shit talking. No death threats, no doxing, just you're wrong and then an insult at worst. They're just triggered, guys. These people, their fifis get hurt. Every single time they say the left has like very thin skin, and the left does have thin skin, to be clear. There are a lot of people on the left that do have thin skin, but broadly, the right has much thinner skin. These people are hyper prude. Listen, these people can't even handle a 19-year-old girl twerking on TikTok without having a meltdown, all right? These people are not as thick-skinned as they would want you to believe, all right?
Are talking about a, yes, political issue during a politically created month. Why does gay and queer people, as you say they are, Lucasfilm, why do they only deserve like 1 month for you to celebrate them? Why is that?
Wait, this is the same thing that Lauren Chen did. Is this like their new go-to meme? Is this their new like gotcha point? Is Pride Month? Oh, why don't you celebrate gay people? Pride Month is a month where specifically gay people celebrate pride. So companies during Pride Month take advantage of that existing cultural event and use it as an opportunity to make more money. It's not that complicated. I know I'm like maybe a third of your age, geeks and gamers, but I feel like you should have figured this out a while ago.
That. Also, why do you create specific moments that you can edit out of your movies for other countries that don't allow it?
Money.
Why do you continue to do that? Why do you think it's okay to edit out?
How much you want to bet he's going to mention socialist China? He is going to say socialist China. He is going to completely ignore the fact that this is an issue pertaining to capitalism and the desire for companies to appeal to the widest and most profitable market possible. Like a market, like basic capitalism. They won't acknowledge that this thing they perceive to be such a bad, horrible, societally degenerating problem to be a symptom of capitalism. They won't acknowledge it that way, because if they do so, then they have to admit that a economic system very integral to their political ideology, one that is not just one integral to their political ideology, but one so integral to it that it is part of their ideology that it should remain unchanged, unfettered, and unregulated. They love the free quote-unquote market. What in fact they really want is an unregulated market that can form monopolies, and the most powerful companies would essentially become mini governments in and of themselves. We saw it happen during early America. Corporations, when regulations weren't very high, would try to pay their workers in scrip and force them to live on company land where they could only shop with the company currency that they were given at company stores. And they were basically forced to live in these company towns. And it's just, these are the types of things that if unregulated capitalism would lead to. And these are the things that are integral to conservative ideology at this point. And if they acknowledge that this thing they view as being so bad is a symptom of that, it's a problem for them. So what they do is they very commonly, and I guarantee he's going to do this, I have not watched this before, this is the first time watch, this is my prediction, he's going to bring up China, and he's going to call China communist, even though it's state capitalist, and that's going to be his out to claim that this isn't actually corporations under capitalism seeking a profit, it is communist influence seeping into Disney. 100% that's where he takes it. That's where Lauren Chen took it yesterday. Let's fucking go.
Gay people from your movies so that you can benefit financially from countries that have completely outlawed it. Why is that okay, Lucasfilm? It's almost like you don't believe in the nonsense you say. But if you look at some of these responses, people are just like, dumb, fuck alert, shut the F.
Also, who is he talking to right now? Who is he? Please debate him, I'm begging you. I did, and he got blown the fuck out. Why? Who is he talking to right now? Who? Is he talking to the workers at Lucasfilms, the CEO, like the marketing team? Like, who is he talking to? Are the individuals who are working there, do they not believe any of this? I'm sure there are plenty of woke people working at Lucasfilms. Are you talking to them as an entity? The truth is he's not referring to anything. He's not referring to Lucasfilms. He's not referring to Disney. He's not referring to any individuals there. He's referring to his audience. And he's doing it performatively. He knows that no one from Disney is going to see or consider anything he's saying. He's doing it because it comes off well to his audience. It makes him look as though he's some sort of martyr-esque hero to their fandom menace community. That he will somehow assist in getting the attention of someone at Disney who's got their head on straight and will fix Star Wars. That's truly what these people believe. If you read the comments of this guy's videos, especially the Quarterings videos, they see him as some sort of messiah for nerd culture content, that the prominence of these creators will force these companies to unwoke their content. And it really is a pathetic and kind of LARPy thing to witness, but it's also very funny. And it does grant me quite a bit of joy, admittedly. Let's continue.
Suck on my gay nuts. Just all of these things. I'll make you gay is what someone says. Imagine being this fucking dense. Someone says yes, Kill him. Someone actually said that.
The degree to which some of these YouTubers will go to get monetized is so fucking shameless. Bro, I need to go full shameless. I'm so sorry. Donate, motherfuckers. Donate some money. We're trying to get a new mic, all right? We ain't getting a new mic if you guys don't donate. I don't know what else to say. $39 ain't enough, all right? We getting shameless now. Other YouTubers and other streamers do it. I've been too friendly with you guys. No more Mr. Nice Zan. $5 a month, goddammit. We going full Bad Bunny up in here.
A Disney Star Wars fan said that to the person that the Lucasfilm Star Wars account has called out. But again, we're being told that Disney and Lucasfilm, they are so much better than us, and they stand.
I'm sorry. Is this not someone who has repeatedly defended the idea that somebody like, I don't know, PewDiePie can't control the behavior of his audience? Bro, these people will literally flip-flop on their positions at the drop of a fucking hat. They don't give a fuck.
Stand against this toxicity. They stand against this type of behavior. And again, and I quote, it says there are more of us than them. That is what...
Yes, there are more progressive people than there are bigoted people. That is true. It seems that way.
Lucasfilm is all about. This is a disaster. It's not going to get any better. They don't like you. They don't respect you. They don't respect George Lucas. They don't respect this history. They don't respect this lore. They don't respect the fan base. They don't respect anything. They are nothing more than a politically driven company.
What? You just said they don't care about any of this. Wait, how are they a politically driven company, or do they not care about any of this stuff? Which one is it? He can't make up his mind. Geeks and Gamers just can't make up his mind. He really can't.
That is the bottom line. There's no way for people to spin that at this point. It's in their own words. There are more of us than them. What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? And if you, Star Wars, if you as a brand, as a company have decided there are more of us than them, I need more details. I need to understand what you mean by that. Also, since you're so, keen on trying to...
He means that, sorry, the Star Wars brand means brown people, of course. That's what they mean. The Great Replacement is real. Be afraid, Geeks and Gamers. Be afraid. The Geeks and Gamers definitely believes in the Great Replacement. Let's be clear, okay? He's made references to it. I think he's even like kind of JQ'd before in videos. Like he's a little bit more right wing than he lets on. Trust me. He knows how to keep the mask on pretty well, though. I'll give him that.
To create a specific dynamic of who can and can't support you, I have a very direct question for you, and I would like a very direct answer. Are Donald Trump supporters allowed to support Lucasfilm? Do you fully welcome Donald Trump support?
No, they don't want your money. No, they don't want your money. Yeah, no, they don't want your money. You're not allowed. They're literally going to have scanners outside of every new Star Wars and every new Disney movie, every new MCU movie, and they're going to scan you to find out what, who you voted for. That you're gonna have to show your voter ID, and if it's Republican, then they'll just the usher literally just pulls out a gun and just shoots you in the head, and he just kills you right then and there. Yeah. The struggle of being
Welcome
a straight white man these days. Am I right, chat? The Dark Canuck, thank you for the 14 Canadian dollars. Says, no son of mine is living in a box in a McDonald's parking lot. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, Dark Canuck. Thank you. Very based. Xanderhal, it's a good bit and all, but the answer might sometimes actually be no, because it's possible for people's money to not be green enough for an inclusive property, and that's a good thing. To be clear, though, I don't think Disney is ever going to put out something like Trump supporters don't watch our movies. Like, that would be, I don't know, maybe it'd actually be like genius reverse psychology and they'd all go watch it, What if they said, don't watch our fucking movie, and like got really, like, I bet it would work if they said, we really don't want you to watch our movies, and like put up rules to like keep them out. Listen, if Disney and these movies started making rules to keep conservatives away from being able to watch their media, conservatives would start wanting to see it more and would go out of their way to try to bypass these measures. I guarantee it. Just to own the libs, they would. Because, let's be clear, conservatives' number one position at the end of the day is always to own the libs. And by libs, that includes leftists, communists, anyone left of center is the libs. Well, really, if you go far right enough, anyone left of you is the libs. Yeah, anything to own the libs. And really that encompasses, for them, the ability for all marginalized groups to, have rights and civil rights, and the ability for equality or any type of equity to be reached in our society, any level of parity between marginalized groups and those that have been seen typically in the past as more privileged. They don't want that.
Orders to support Lucasfilm. Again, that's not necessarily a question you as a company should have to face, but when you as a company draw a divided line in the sand about who can and can't be fans of yours, I would like for you to answer that question, and I would like for you to be very transparent with your audience.
Who is he? What is he talking about right now?
Can people that voted for Donald J. Trump in 2016 and in 2020, are they allowed to be fans of your company? Because I, the owner.
What a genuine question. So you understand this is all performative, right? You understand what he's doing right now is all performance art for his audience. They're all soy clapping at this. And they love it. They're all liking the video and commenting like, "Oh, Soy, oh, you're the best, man. Oh, I love you, dude." This is what Fandom Menace YouTube is into.
And the creator of Geeks and Gamers, I can answer that question in reverse. I can say that if you are a Biden supporter, if you voted for Joe Biden, if you voted against Donald Trump, you are still very much welcome to be a fan and a supporter of Geeks and Gamers. I can answer that directly. I can answer all of it. If you disagree with my politics, if you disagree with my worldview, you're still welcome to be a fan of Geeks and Gamers and support Geeks and Gamers in whatever way you see fit. I can answer those questions transparently. Can you, Lucasfilm? I don't think you can. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk.
Even if you disagree with me politically, I'll accept your money. Aren't I such a great guy? Literally nutting IRL right now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, his audience soy clapped the whole way through that video, right? You know they did, right? They soy clapped the whole way through? Beginning, middle, and end? Not for a second did they stop? One hand on their... They were soy clapping by slapping their chests like this while going and jacking off with the other. They were going... That's what they were doing. Someone make that a GIF, by the way. Are Donald Trump supporters allowed to like Star Wars? We don't know the answer to that question yet. We really don't. We never got an answer. I am listening, viewer, and that sounded so inappropriate. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it sounded inappropriate. I hope that somebody who's watching was watching it on their TV and they had the volume just blasting and their family was in the other room, and right now they're having to explain what that was, and I hope that's what happened. That'd be very funny. I sometimes, whenever I hear someone's watching me on the TV and they've got like their family in the room, I'll go out of my way to say things that'll make it as awkward for them as possible, but it'll be very subtle. Very, very subtle. I like bullying my viewers. It's fun. You guys love it, don't you? You guys love it. Tell me you love it. All right, listen. If you love it, then like this video, and please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. Liking my videos and ringing the bell icon does contribute a lot more to my channel than you even realize. Without ringing the bell icon when you subscribe, YouTube won't tell you when I go live or upload a new video. And liking my content makes YouTube push my channel and any streams or videos that I upload further in the algorithm to new people, new potential subscribers, or perhaps even conservatives who could perhaps have their minds changed by my content. Who knows? With all that said, you can also follow my social media link down below, and if you want to support me more directly, more financially, you can do so on my website, xanderhal.com/live, where you can donate, any amount of money you please, or you can subscribe for yourself and get yourself a cool colored name and unlock yourself all sorts of cool custom emotes, or you can even get a gifted sub, where you gift somebody a sub or someone gifts it to you. You can gift numerous subs to people, and while I will be the one that is the recipient of the payment, other people in the chat, should you choose to gift a sub, will get to have the benefits. So you can kind of give some other people in chat something nice as well. So yeah, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, regardless of how you support my content, and have a good one.